Hey guys, welcome back to Rack, where we talk all things audio production and sound. I'm Dariana Everett. I'm a singer, songwriter, producer, and RAC grad. So today we are going over part 2 of how to get the best main vocals for your track. A combination of all the tips and tricks that I've learned over the years and what I actually do on my main vocals. Last episode, we went over all of the different layers of the different tracks. If you haven't seen it, it's linked below, so go check that out. Today is all about the routing and general cleanup mixing. That being said, we'll go over the routing. So I color coordinated it so it would be relatively easy to figure out. All right, so I've created some auxes. I've color coordinated them so it makes sense to me. Basically what I did is I did just so you can see, main vox goes into the orange one here, and I have a send to the parallel channel right next to it. Next we have the sides coordinated to the sides. We have that there, and this is both being routed out to the main vox bus here, right? And then we have the sides and octaves and textures. All of those guys are sent, we can see here, into these guys here, and then that's sent to the main vox B. Then we have the main vox B being paralleled here to the bus parallel here, and then everything coming out here, and then that goes out into this dude, which is the out. Cool. Seems a little bit chaotic, but it allows you to have pretty much complete control over everything, as well as put all of your processing on independent aux, so it reduces the amount of CPU needed. First thing I did was focused solely on the comp main vocal take. I muted all of the other aspects and really listened to it, and we are just going to focus on the main voice. Take these shackles off my feet so I can dance. Okay, so before we work on the parallel, we're just gonna quickly clean it a little bit. I then did a cleaning EQ just to tighten up the low end. I did a little boost around 4.5 kilohertz and a little gentle boost around, I think, 11 kilohertz as well. And this is just to get some air, some presence. I'm going to add a little bump and sparkle around 4K, 4.5, just like a little nudge of that. I'm gonna add a bit of air as well, just because I like a bit of air, but I'm gonna put that at like 10, 12. Let's listen. Take these shackles off my... I'm a little boomy here, because I'm a bit close to the mic. I think it'll be around 180. Take these shackles off my feet so I can dance. I just wanna praise you. I just wanna praise you. It's subtle, but it cleans it. Okay, cool. And then I pulled out a little bit around 180 hertz where I felt that there was a bit of proximity that was happening. So proximity effect is when you're a little bit too close to a microphone and it sounds a bit boomy. So I didn't like it. I pulled it out. I then used the iZotope Nectar 3, which is a great starting point. You can find a lot of great presets on there and then adjust and tailor as needed. It's always important to use your ears and really listen for what you want to target and or emphasize. Nectar 3, cool. All right, that's fun. I just wanna praise you. I just wanna praise you. It's a little bit too much. I'm gonna pull that down, and then yeah, so it's relatively simple. It adds a little something. As a compressor, I put Smack, which is one that is quite fun. I find it adds really fun things when you can adjust for even or odd harmonics. The Opto compressor is great for vocals and basses, so that's what I went for. Take these shackles off my feet so I can It adds a bit of mids. Take these shackles off my feet so I can dance. I think that's nice. I'll do odd and even. Now into the parallel channel. What you want to do with a parallel compression is, for me anyway, I like to crunch it. Now I'm going to crush it. I'm going to crush it with a parallel. Goes off my feet so I can dance. I just wanna praise you. I just wanna praise you. I like to push it and crunch it so much that you're just like, whoa, this is much too crunchy. But then I really tame it and pull it back in the mix just so it adds that little bit of grit and that level of juice that I'm not going to put on my main voice just because I like things hardly compressed. If I'm entirely honest, when there's a bit of compression on my voice, I'm like, ugh, no. Like even when you look at the level of compression I put on Smack is like it doesn't even move the needle. I love to retain the integrity of the voice. So mixing those two and blending those two is how I find to do it. And I can pull it in and out depending on what I'm working on. Or let's say it's a verse or chorus, I can play around with that and automate it. After the parallel compression, we then isolate and listen to the sides. So I knew for the sides I wanted it a bit darker. So I did a slight band pass. So that means I did a high pass and a low pass, cutting off the top and bottom frequencies just so it focuses a bit more on the mids. Okay, cool. So we have that on for the sides, and I think that that will take these shackles off my feet so I can dance. And then I'm going to I just wanna praise you. I just wanna praise you. And then now let's take a listen. Take these shackles off my feet so I can dance. I just wanna praise you. I just wanna praise you. Just adds a little bit. Again, you want to not overcrowd the main vocal take. And this was a tip I learned from Jason Joshua, whereas any backing vocals, really you fit them into the frequencies that are missing in the main vocals. I then added a little bit of chorusing and vibrato. And what this did is it just plays a little bit with the stereo field. You can even add, what's fun, a bit of chorusing. The C1 chorus, yeah, let's add that. That one's a good one. Take these shackles off my feet so I can dance. Just wanna praise you. Okay, cool. And because these are on the side, I didn't mind a little bit of movement, especially since the plan for this is for it to feel a bit alive and to feel a little bit more cohesive and natural. And because naturally, when you layer different vocal takes together, you get a natural chorusing, I decided to emphasize the stereo field and play around with that. On Space, which is one of my favorite reverbs, it's so good. I love Space. There is a preset in, I believe it's post-production. It's called Forest and Forest 3s. And honestly, when you just put a little touch of it, it just feels like magic. I'm going to add just a tiny bit of reverb on both the sides and octaves, just to give it a bit of zhuzh. Take these shackles off my feet so I can dance. We'll just focus on the side so you can really hear it. Just light. Nice. Okay, cool. I love that one. I use it on everything, and also the Valhalla ones, obviously. But this one I particularly like. The modeling for it is really, really beautiful. They also have gorgeous chamber ones. There's lots to play around with. I highly recommend, if you can get it, play around with it. It's really, really good. So then what I did is I copy pasted over to the octaves, the EQ, and the reverb. Cool. So now we're moving on to octaves. This is going to be fun. We are also going to remove a lot of the high end of it. So you can see here, octaves. Take these shackles off my feet so I can dance. I want the reverb to work a little bit differently on the octaves and on the sides, but if I wasn't me and I wanted to just be very simple, I could have easily just put this on an aux channel and made a reverb channel and had all the sends for that. I just wanted to have a little bit more control. Okay, now let's listen to the octave. Okay, cool. We are going to actually add some harmonic saturation to that. So it cuts a teensy bit. As you can tell, that's very subtle, but when we hear it all together, take these shackles off my feet so I can dance. It adds a bit of width to it and a little bit of like movement and stuff. I then put an EQ onto the textures, and so this one I high pass. this is really just about getting the high end to sparkle. Okay, now we're going to add in the stereo. And then we're going to add a bunch of reverb on this. Okay, cool. So we're going to really bring this one down because we don't need a lot of it. Probably put out the same one as the sides. I then played around with the reverb on the texture bus, giving it a little bit more length compared to the octave and the sides, just so it is perceived a teensy bit more. So on the main vocal bus, I then just added smack. I didn't want it to do too much. I just wanted it to do a gentle gluing. I also put in parallel Fairchild again. I'm trying to crunch the performance and make it feel a little bit more present, a little bit more punchy, and then run both of those into the reel-to-reel saturator on the main vocal group bus. Just adds a bit of warmth and glue. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take a listen. Take these shackles off my feet so I can dance. I just wanna praise you. I just wanna praise you. So you don't hear all that much in terms of all the layers we did, but it makes a big difference. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna listen to it with the music. Take these shackles off my feet so I can dance. I just wanna praise you. I just wanna praise you. What we'll do in the next episode, because there's a bit of a theme here, we're going to be going over recording harmonies and how you can go about recording harmonies and like lots of harmonies, how to come up with voicing, different vocal ideas, all of those elements that you as a vocal producer can then pull out of your toolkit and be like, hey, you know what? Instead of adding another instrument, why don't I add a layer of voice here? I hope you enjoy this fun series on vocal production, which I personally love. If you guys want to see me do other videos on anything audio related, vocal production, tackling different styles of music, let me know. If you guys like this streaming implementation, I am looking into setting up a live stream scenario. So do give me some feedback because it does help with our channel at Rack, trying to build that up and try different things. All right, I hope you enjoyed this episode and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.